So there are two different ways to classify triangles. We can classify them by sides or by angles. If we classify by sides, the first one is if we have three congruent sides. So three sides that have the same length, that is going to be an equilateral triangle. The next one is at least two congruent sides. That is an isosceles triangle. And if there are no congruent sides, that's a scalene triangle. If we classify by angles, you could have three acute angles. That is going to be an acute triangle. If we have three congruent angles, that is going to be an equal angular triangle. If we have one right angle, which means that there's one angle that with a degree measure of 90 degrees, that is what this box says, 90 degrees, that is going to be a right triangle. Or you could have one obtuse angle, and if there is one obtuse angle, that is an obtuse triangle. Okay. So classifying each triangle by its angles, here I see we have one 90-degree angle, so that is going to be a right triangle. I have one obtuse angle, which is an angle above 90 degrees, so that is going to be an obtuse triangle. My angles here are all 60 degrees. They are all the same, so that means it's going to be an equiangular triangle. Equa means the same or equal, and then angular. And here, 50, 65, and 65, that they are all below 90 degrees, so that is going to be an acute triangle. Classify each triangle by its sides. We have 1, radical 3, and 2. That is going to be a scalene triangle. We have no sides of the same length. 18, 18, 18. 3 sides of the same length is going to be equilateral. These markings right here mean these two sides have the same length. So we have 2 sides of the same length. When you have 2 sides of the same length, that is going to be an isosceles triangle. And here again, 32x, 32x, that means that those 2 sides are the same length. So again, that's going to be an isosceles triangle. All right, so algebra examples. Find x in the perimeter of triangle R find x in the perimeter if triangle RST is equilateral. So here, if it's equilateral, all 3 sides have the same length. That means I can go ahead and set any 2 sides equal to each other. So let's go ahead and say 2x plus 2 is equal to 3x. So x is 2. 3 times 2 is 6. That means this side is 6. This side is 6, so the perimeter is going to be 18. 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. Find y in the length of each side of triangle ABC is isosceles with AB equal to BC. So AB is equal to BC. So that means that those two sides are the same length, so I can set their equations equal to each other. So 4y should be equal to 3y plus 2. So y is 2. And the length of each side, 4 times 2 is 8. That means this side has to be 8. 3 times 2 is 6. All right, number 3. The ratio of a triangle's side length is 5 to 12 to 16. If the perimeter is 231 inches, what is the longest side length and what type of triangle is it? All right, so the ratio is 5 to 12 to 16. This triangle is not drawn to scale. So in order to find the length of each side, it is not 5, 12, and 16. We can go ahead and throw an X there. So that means 5x plus 12x plus 16x should equal, so if I'm adding up all the sides, that should equal the perimeter, which is 231. 5 plus 12 plus 16 is 33x, and that's equal to 231 divided by 33. X is 7. Now that I know it's 7, when I go back to my triangle here, five times 7 is 35. Then we have 12 times 7, which is 84. And 16 times 7, which is 112. All of my side lengths are different lengths. So we have 35, 84, and 112, which makes this triangle a scalene triangle.